unfurled in the stand away on the far side, paying homage to the man who has set new standards, not only at Barcelona, but in doing so right around the global game. And so it's their city rivals, Espanyol, who will join the party for Guardiola's last game at the Camp Nou. 2 matches still to come, one in the league and the cup final, which will be played in Madrid on May 25th against Athletic Bilbao. The title is gone. The Champions League went after that shock defeat to Chelsea over 2 legs. But that cup final could still yet deliver Guardiola his 14th trophy in what will be 4 seasons in charge. Facing an Espanyol side that have not been in great form, to say the least, of late. Pitching up here, having lost 4 of their last 5 league games, including the last 3. No Dani Alves, so Martin Montoya gets a rare start at right back. Alves amongst a quality substitutes bench, which includes Xavi, who may just be struggling again with his chronic Achilles problem. Mauricio Pochettino fielding a couple of former Barcelona players in Verdu and Victor Sanchez. And Barcelona have swept aside 2 teams since the official announcement that Guardiola would be leaving at the end of this season. The first match was a comprehensive 7-0 win at Rayo Vallecano, followed that up with a 4-1 win here in midweek against Malaga. Here's Baena. Now Alvaro Vasquez will have a lone role up front for Espanyol, finding the Slovakian international Vladimir Weiss. Just trying to earn a corner there out of Puyol. Weiss on loan from Manchester City. But clearly, Terry, the Barcelona players will clearly be setting their stall out here to make this a wonderful finale for Guardiola in their home stadium.
Yep, they'll be looking to a stylish finish under Pep Guardiola. This is his last match as manager of Barcelona in the Camp Nou, and it'll be pretty much down to work for Pep Guardiola and his side. He knows that the sort of evening it's probably going to be, utmost in his mind will be the performance, the result. He'll just be determined that his team get on, play the style that we're accustomed to seeing from Barcelona up against an Espanyol team. At the moment, if you fancy 3 points, they're the team to play. Been really poor run of form after a real promising first half to the season. We've seen them slip down the table, and let's not forget, Kevin, it is a derby.
Little slip from Messi, but maybe helped on his way down. Of course, we have the little matter, I use that word advisedly, of the Pichichi to be decided between the world's best 2 players, setting new records for goals in a La Liga season. Previous record set only by Cristiano Ronaldo last season of 40. Well, Messi's gone 6 beyond that. Ronaldo himself has got 44. Barcelona have been averaging just about 3 goals per game in all competitions this season. 181 they've got. 61 matches. Lovely turn from Iniesta. Oh, the referee's been unkind to him there. Teixeira Vitianes could quite easily have allowed Iniesta to continue. Could have come back and then flourished the yellow card for fall-in.
He's one of the defensive midfield players for Espanyol. Not advisable to pick up a yellow card after only 4 minutes when your job in the team is to guard the back 4. Make sure you get plenty of those challenges in.
Iniesta had a sparkling game in midweek against Malaga. Ominously coming into some good form ahead of the Euros. It's well defended by Fall-In, covered that well. Keita. Adriano. Puyol for Montoya. Pep Guardiola's reign here will also be noted for the number of players that he's brought in to their senior debuts. Over 20 come through from the B team, and even lower than that to find their senior debuts under Guardiola.
See one under there, Montoya trying to chase the diagonal pass. Playing instead tonight of Dani Alves. See Adriano making the most of an asset that you desperately need if you're going to be a defender for Barcelona, and that's pace. So often the risk football that they play, high-risk football in terms of leaving very few defenders back in position to really defend, means that you have to make those challenges, get back as quick as you can.
This is Thiago. Keita. Messi. Oh, lovely dummy from Iniesta. Here's Montoya. Just a little hasty as he overhit the cross, but a superb dummy to open up the space from Iniesta. The champions also playing. All of the La Liga fixtures kicking off at the same time this Saturday night. And if you want to watch Real Madrid, it's on the red button. And they're a goal down early on, I can tell you, against relegation-threatened Granada. Mascherano bouncing ball's awkward. Dealt with it well in the end. Good run in the side for Javier Mascherano. Piqué's nursing an injury at the moment. There's Montoya.
He's on schedule, Mascherano, for 50 appearances this season. This is his 49 appearances so far. His 50th this evening. And I guess probably 45 of those have come in what we used to regard as an unfamiliar position for him. He's now become well accustomed to playing in the heart of defence for Barcelona. He's done a smashing job as well.
This is Messi. Nice turn away from Raul Rodriguez. Iniesta. Good block. Javi Lopez. Right back doing well. Espanyol were very competitive when the sides met at the Cornellà El Prat earlier in the season. Game finished 1-1 in January. Alvaro Vasquez equalised a Fabregas goal 4 minutes from time. That brought to an end Barcelona's run at the time of 8 consecutive wins in all competitions, in which they'd scored 37 and conceded only 1. And included in that run was the Club World Cup success, when they defeated the Brazilian Santos in the final of that competition. Offside against Messi.
Thumbs up for the pass there from Mascherano. Messi is in an offside position. Wasn't the tidiest of lines though from the Espanyol defence. They need to be more alert and more aware than that if they're going to keep out Barcelona.
Seydou Keita. Pedro. Good run here. Flags very much down on this occasion, but just couldn't generate any power there, Thiago.
It's good to see the midfield player breaking into the box. On lots of occasions, Barcelona rely heavily on Messi as the most advanced player, but they need at times to try and get more support from midfield. See Thiago there, he's leading the line. Probably doesn't show the necessary goal-scoring instincts of a striker that would be in that position. Encouraging for Barcelona that he's breaking forward.
Iniesta's inch-perfect pass, finding Pedro. Messi. And he's blocked off, in the opinion of the referee, by Victor Sanchez.
Victor Sanchez can feel slightly hard done by there. He couldn't take evasive action. So Messi receives it to feet. Victor Sanchez can't see how he can react and literally just step aside and let Messi through. But at the same time, I don't think he actually blocked Lionel Messi. But this could be the spark Barcelona looking for.
2 goals short. This man of 70 goals for the season. Astonishing return. Slight deflection and in. Barely any emotion from Guardiola. Polite applause from Tito Villanova, the new coach for Barcelona next season. But Messi finds the back of the net yet again.
And I said this might just be the spark that sets off the carnival atmosphere. There is a slight deflection there. And it gives Christian Alvarez no chance. It comes off a Baena. Just off the top of the midfield player's head. And Pep Guardiola always seems to take a sip of water after Barcelona score, particularly Lionel Messi.
47 league goals for the season. And that takes Messi level with the Romanian Dudu Georgescu's post-war record of 47 league goals in a season, set for Dinamo Bucharest back in the 70s.
I was going to say that's 69 sips of water that Pep Guardiola has had this season, so he's never going to go thirsty with Lionel Messi in his team. This could be a difficult evening now for Espanyol. They've run a poor form and Barcelona will be looking to turn on the style. It's important that Pochettino's side don't go under. They had no play whatsoever, have they, so far? They've really got into the attacking half of the pitch. A couple of occasions, Barcelona defenders have had to go and retrieve a long ball, hopeful ball forward.
Amongst all these crazy figures that Messi is posting this season, that's 32 goals now in his last 20 appearances. Iniesta. Once upon a time, our jaws used to drop with a goal-a-game record. Not anymore. Here's Weiss. Gets away from Puyol. Javi Lopez trying to bundle his way into a shooting position, and not the best of challenges from Keita. Free kick in a not dissimilar area for Espanyol now, from which Messi struck.
It's a half-decent opportunity for Espanyol to fight back into the game. Good play from Vladimir Weiss. Twisting, turning, didn't give up the ball, wouldn't let it out of the danger area. It was persistent play by the young Slovakian.
Could well be Joan Verdu, Barcelona number 10, at 5 seasons with the club as a B-team player, never played for the senior side. Looking for a birthday goal. He's 29 today. Oh, and he almost found it. Pinto wasn't getting there, and that looked very close.
We'll see how close exactly it is. I think Pinto probably had it covered if it does curl inside the post.
Not as close, Terry, as the initial angle suggested. But he's capable. If they give him more chances in that area. Lovely flick from Verdu. Baena not to get into a useful amount of space for Javi Lopez. Baena. Verdu. I think it's fair to say that a number of the players out there in blue for Espanyol playing for their futures next season. The actual future of the coach, Pochettino's under a certain question mark at the moment. He's come out recently and said that he's stressed and tired. Joining Guardiola in that club. Got to ask you, Terry, looking in the old crystal ball to Barcelona next season. Of course, they're going to have to try and wrestle the title back from Real Madrid. Just how much squad strengthening do you think they'll do?
I think there's plenty of work to do, actually. I think that the squad needs strengthening in terms of numbers. You see Messi's exquisite free kick, slightly fortunate. Catches the top of the head of Baena as he tries to jump to put a block on. We certainly know where the goals are going to come from. Messi now 69, next highest is Fabregas at 15, so there might be a clue there that we might need some other players to chip in, particularly in big games when teams know that if they stop Messi at the moment this season, that is 3/4 of the threat of Barcelona.
And defensively?
Well, I guess when they bought Mascherano, they didn't buy him as a central defender, and I'm sure when they were looking around, they saw him as a midfield player, so probably they will still be looking for a central defender. It's going to be interesting, and hopefully Eric Abidal makes a full recovery. And I think left back, Adriano is filling in at the moment. We see some of the injured players there, Cuenca and Alexis Sanchez. Of course, some of these youngsters like Cuenca, Thiago have come in the team this year and done very well. You might look at them in 3 or 4 years' time, the way we look at Pedro and Busquets. And 2 or 3, 4 years ago under Pep Guardiola were given their chance, and now established Barcelona players, established international players, World Cup winners. So certainly there's work to do, and they have work to do to try and catch Real Madrid again. It's not drastic, nothing drastic needed, I don't think so.
Well, they've had a voracious appetite under Guardiola. You can only expect a really strong challenge for the La Liga title next time around. But full credit to Real Madrid. Congratulations to them again. They've deserved it. Guardiola, much as he is a winner, is also a gracious loser.
Well, they have let things slip this year. It's been, they were away form in the league. Too many draws. Only suffered 3 defeats in the league this season, so you really have to be at your top of your game week in, week out with these two. Barcelona and Real Madrid competing against each other at the top of the league. Any slip up can be costly.
As you see, Real Madrid still a goal down at Granada. They'll be enjoying that in Andalusia right now. Sporting Gijón, relegation threat, 1 up at home to Real Betis. Zaragoza 1-1 with already relegated Racing at Those two games very much affecting the teams that go down with Racing. It's asking a lot of Baena. And he's prevented the goal kick.
Decent spell of possession from Espanyol. The last 5 minutes or so, Pep Guardiola will be determined that his team maintain that intensity to try and win the ball back.
The Barcelona players pretty unhappy with Senor Vitiene's awarding of an Espanyol free kick. It's also shown a yellow card to Puyol. I think Barcelona were suggesting there was a high foot before Puyol became involved.
Saw Verdu on the last attempt, and I thought that was probably set up for a left footer. And I think this is a better angle for Espanyol midfield player.
I thought he'd shown that yellow card to Puyol. Seemed to flourish it in the face of the Barcelona captain. Busquets shown to have picked up the booking. Looks like Weiss is going to get his turn here. Really telegraphed their intentions there. Barcelona were easily able to close the free kick down. Not sure why they would have needed a touch in that position.
It was clearly on there for a direct shot at goal. You don't often see Barcelona on the counter-attack, do you? And it was an occasion where they could have done, and no one was up the pitch. And Busquets was the player in possession. Adriano was the left back. He was the player who tried to break forward.
Adriano, Iniesta. That one's for you, boss. He was a great player even before Guardiola stepped up from the B team, but he's become even better under Guardiola's watch. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
No, it's just changing his stats again. It's 207 goals for Messi under Pep Guardiola, 217 games. That's not a bad return. It's a good base to start from if you're a manager, isn't it? But he has changed to Messi. Messi was always a fantastic player, but he's changed his position over those four seasons from a right winger into a player who, rightly so, can play where he likes in the attacking half and attacking third of the pitch. He has the intelligence to find the right space, the right place at the right time. He has the ability to finish off chances that come his way.
Here he is finding space again. This is Pedro Montoya looking for Messi. Espanyol did well to track the ball in from Martin Montoya, corner. In by Messi. Verdu. Victor Sanchez is caught there by Puyol. Espanyol with just one win in the last 9 games. Ended any hopes of finishing in a European place. Those hopes were high at one point. But almost a mirror image of last season. The second half of the campaign has slipped away by and large, and they're going to end up around mid-table. Not really sure they've got the squad or the general infrastructure to compete both domestically and in Europe. Here's Messi. Thiago. It's caught there by Sanchez. Referee quite right to allow play to continue. Now Busquets. Flag stays down. Messi just couldn't find the room to get facing towards Christian Alvarez's goal.
Espanyol. Now Rodriguez in particular claiming an offside decision. It was a superb pass from Busquets though. He gave it the eyes as if he was going to spread the ball out to the right wing. Cut across the ball right down the middle of the defence. Messi was unmarked.
Weiss. Baena. Didac, left back, who scored each of the last 2 Espanyol goals. Flag up against Alvaro Vasquez.
Alvaro Vasquez doesn't get himself in an onside position at all during that attack. Saw the straight defensive line from Barcelona.
Espanyol striker Alvaro might be in the Olympic squad in London this summer. It's 21 years old. Busquets. Fans enjoying the Guardiola touch. Wasn't a bad player in his time. 6 league titles in the Barcelona shirt, amongst many other trophies. In by Adriano. Too long for Pedro, who's offside anyway.
Don't really forget, Kevin, referring back to Pep Guardiola, he took over a Barcelona team that hadn't won a trophy for 2 seasons. His first match in charge. You see Pedro not offside there. Not showing too much dissent, I think, because of the nature of the game tonight. His first match in charge was a European Champions League qualifying match where Barcelona had to qualify. There's been some major changes along the way. It's amazing how many players, you're right down, it's their 4th season, which coincides with when Pep Guardiola took over. Lots of Alvarez, Keita, Piqué. Certainly has been a tremendous journey under Pep. Lost his first league game as well, didn't he? And won a winning streak of the next 20, I think.
Oh, lovely pass from Messi. This is Keita. Excellent goalkeeping from Christian Alvarez. But the pass from Messi was a joy. And so too the movement from Keita. Overzealous, in the opinion of the referee, Baena.
Takes 2 of them out there, Baena. Brilliant pass from Messi. Slide rule in between all sorts of defenders. The timing of the run from Keita was perfect, just couldn't get the touch right to get past Alvarez.
Yellow card for Victor Sanchez. Another promising set-piece situation here for Barca. Might be an angle for Iniesta this time.
We usually get Xavi and Messi over the ball, don't we? We know Xavi playing tonight. Iniesta fancies a turn. And Messi can still score from this angle.
Yeah,
don't worry about that.
I remember he did against Atletico Madrid a few weeks ago. It is Iniesta. Decent enough save, but one he'd expect to make from Alvarez.
I think between the Messi and Iniesta, hoping Alvarez just takes that little step to his right. But he doesn't. He's expecting it to come round the corner.
Adriano. Good work from Didac. The left back is now in a right wing position. Here he is. Verdu. Iniesta, glorious control, 2 gasps from the Camp Nou crowd. Here's Pedro. Those feet of Andres Iniesta, magical. Wasn't far away from being a penalty, was it? Handball in the end against Sanchez.
And you see the save from Alvarez.
Verdu. Weiss just happy to feel the attentions of Puyol. There's certainly no end of season feel to it. I think we were guaranteed that, given that it is the Barcelona derby.
I think all the players are interested, Kevin, once the whistle starts for the beginning of the game. He's winning the game. Barcelona making sure it don't get beat by their city rivals. Espanyol trying to put one over Barcelona.
Clipped in by Verdu, unchallenged. Puyol. Real Madrid still a goal down at relegation-threatened Granada. If you want to watch that match, it's currently on the red button. If Real Madrid win there, and also their final game of the season, they'll set a new La Liga record for total number of points. They can reach exactly 100. Barcelona currently hold the highest tally of 99, set 2 seasons ago. Messi, strength and balance, power, pace, and almost getting into the path of the supporting Iniesta. Weiss. Taken on here by Didac. Alvaro's going to have to check his run. He's offside now. Here's Adriano, who's been tidy in the last few weeks. Settling in at left back for the ill Eric Abidal. Iniesta's going for goal there, believe it or not.
I think that second thoughts in that split second when he was going to make contact with the ball. Didn't go through with a half volley.
Offside even before the little nudge from Alvaro.
finding it tough, Espanyol, to try and get the ball up to Alvaro. Hasn't had any real support, no real service. He's miles away from the rest of his teammates. Bedu is the player in particular from the attacking midfield players who's going to try and get forward.
Iniesta. Adriano. Thiago. Messi available. Andres Iniesta. It's dissected everyone. There's plenty waiting for a better delivery than that.
They had the numbers in there, Barcelona. Thiago's in there, Keita, Pedro. Positioning, they weren't in the right position, so no one really taking that position up towards the far post.
This is Keita. Montoya. Busquets carried out of possession. Javi Lopez has earned the free kick. Normally a right back, looks as though he's playing as a holding midfielder tonight. Mascherano. Montoya. Pedro. Thiago. Messi. Iniesta. That is a rarity under no pressure. Iniesta putting way too much on the pass intended for Pedro.
Pochettino's got to come up with something to try and have some sort of threat in attack.
Here's Alvaro. Wasn't a bad try. Just trying to catch Pinto unaware.
You see the youngster working so hard alone up front.
Pep Guardiola was saying in the build-up to this, his final match at the Camp Nou, that he doesn't like farewells. Well, I guess he's instigated it, understands he's public property. You get the feeling he just like to walk away without too much fuss. Little chance of that. His parents are in the presidential box tonight, some of his closest friends too. It's bound to be an emotional night now. Wouldn't be at all surprised if the players have got something lined up after the whistle. David Villa, Gerard Piqué amongst the players on the outside looking in. David Villa has been a miss this season with a broken leg. So, race against time to be fit for the Euros.
Yeah, he's that player. Possibly I was talking about closing that gap between Fabregas on 15 goals and Messi on 69. Pretty sure a full season out of David Villa would have seen him score more than the 15 that Fabregas has got.
Just that extra experience as well, Terry, in those big games. when Guardiola was having to field good players, though they are, rookies in the likes of Teo and Cuenca. This is Keita. Mascherano. Montoya. Busquets back with Martin Montoya. Here's Thiago. Plenty of room here for Adriano. Keita. Iniesta. Messi. Pedro. Cut out by Moreno. A slice from fall-in. Iniesta. Busquets. Thiago. Good crossing position here for Montoya. Iniesta. Pedro. Iniesta! Looked offside. Don't think they would have counted had Iniesta hit the back of the net.
He enjoyed that, didn't he? There's a little nutmegs involved. It's such a confined area of space. Let's see, through the legs. And he's onside there. Gets the return, it's deflected behind. Probably should have been a corner by Hector Moreno. I thought Verdu, amongst others there, he was the player who got nutmegged. I think he just drifted back and they played Iniesta onside.
Clear foul on Thiago Alcantara. Breakthrough season, really, for the young midfielder.
I think Pep Guardiola shows great faith in a lot of these youngsters, doesn't he? Not afraid to use them in big games.
Adriano. Pedro. Good little tussle. Sure, Didac just happy to regain his ground here to close out Pedro at the expense of a throw.
He sticks at it, Didac. Quick feet of Pedro. Didac's a decent fullback though.
Messi wanting a free kick. Play goes on. This is Weiss running a long way deep into Barca territory and can't pick out the pass accurately enough for Verdu. Easy interception for Adriano. Iniesta. Messi. Pedro. Iniesta. Pulled away here by Victor Sanchez. Final seconds of the first half being played out. Barcelona hungrily winning back possession. Here's Iniesta. Stopped in his tracks by Juan Follin.
Well, I grew up in espanyol. They're trying to be aggressive within the rules of the game, but you talk about the Barcelona players, about their skill, and the small players, quick feet. I'll tell you what, they don't come much harder than Iniesta and Lionel Messi to try and knock off a ball. Show real strength and determination to retain that ball at all times.
Important in the context of the result that Espanyol survived this free kick. Messi! Rippled the side netting. And almost another fantastic moment for Messi in first half stoppage time. Certainly had the goalkeeper scrambling there. He would have covered it. Christian Alvarez. But it's Messi's 69th goal of an unbelievable season that has Barcelona one up at the break.
Yeah, the second half of Granada versus Real Madrid is behind the red button. But if you want to watch Barcelona Espanyol, your commentary team, Terry Gibson and Kevin Keatings.
Yes, welcome back to the Camp Nou. Barcelona value for their lead. They can play better, they'll know that. Lifting yourselves after the poor week in April, which cost them the league title and the opportunity to become the first club in the era of the Champions League to successfully defend the trophy. Hit them hard. Notwithstanding all that, the loss of their main man, Pep Guardiola, calling it a day at the end of this season. No Xavi to orchestrate things. Very much the coach on the pitch for Guardiola in his fabulous 4 years. Xavi amongst the substitutes. Initially, when the Barcelona squad was named, he wasn't in it, but has made the bench. As for Espanyol, I just feel as though they might need a little bit more support for Alvaro Vasquez. They've got a couple of strikers on the bench, Uche and Tandiani. Here's Puyol. Iniesta. Used his body well there, Adriano. Here's Messi. Keita. Adriano having his pocket picked. Now Vice. Adriano working really well to get the ball back.
So many occasions the Barcelona player loses possession of the ball, and his first thought is to make up for his mistake. See Adriano dwelt in possession on the edge of the box. 20-metre run back, sprint back. Wins the ball back again for Barcelona.
It's going to be fascinating to see, Terry, how the players perform under Tito Villanova next season. So looking at Philippe Coutinho, the young Brazilian. Might have a part to play for Espanyol before this derby is finished. And of course, he's got no experience as a senior coach, certainly not at this level. Villanova. Then again, Nordic Guardiola, and they're hoping that lightning strikes twice in terms of the head coach appointment. Pick up on that in a moment, because Messi's looking to find a pass here for Iniesta.
I think he takes over in entirely different circumstances. Guardiola took over a team that really did need sorting out. Players had to depart. New players come into the team. I don't think there needs too much reorganising. I think it's a tight-knit group, and Tito Vilanova has been a really important part of that. Let's not underestimate the role that the assistant coach, the assistant manager plays at any club. And I think you might see next year the likes of Xavi and Puyol in particular helping the coach out. And, you know, this team it's self-policed, you know, that the experienced players will make sure the younger players are doing the right job, doing the right things, living their lives in the right way, making sure that they turn up for training in time. They've all experienced success. A little bit of disappointment this year by losing the league title to Real Madrid. So I think it's good to keep it involved in the tight-knit group.
Thiago's pass, the pace is blistering from Pedro. While Rodriguez in the way of the cross, which was intended for Messi. Grease lightning there, Pedro. Nobody was going to win that race on the Thiago pass other than him.
Saw a bit of Puyol policing the club, the team last week, didn't we, with the celebrations of goals against Rayo Vallecano, and Thiago and Dani Alves were messing them out. He will set an example, as he's always done, but even would be more important next year, him and Xavi. This is a different group to the group that Guardiola took over.
Messi. Wasn't too far away from allowing Thiago to take that in his stride at pace. Alvaro Vasquez feeling the challenge from Puyol. Not hurt.
It was a hefty old challenge from Carlos Puyol. Swipes away at the Alvaro Vasquez's calf, and Adriano involved as well. Good promising player, the young centre forward. I'm not sure at this stage of his career if he's able to perform to his maximum on his own.
Messi just offside.
It's a bit of through ball. Messi just a shade offside.
Messi is 3 goals ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo in the race for the Pichichi. Real Madrid haven't scored yet at Granada. They're 6 minutes as well into the second half in that game. Franco Jara's goal has Granada 1 up at home to the champions.
Pressing from Espanyol, Vice in particular. Barcelona determined to pass their way at the back, even though it's Pinto in goal instead of Valdez.
Here's Vice. Adriano finding the ball just a little slippy. Raul Rodriguez. Oh, he showed his intentions too quickly there to Thiago. And a shot from Iniesta flashes wide, caught it well. Not quite the accuracy needed.
He did well to steal the ball back high up the pitch. Thiago working really hard. Raul Rodriguez caught in possession. First touch from Iniesta. Absolutely superb. Sets himself up for the second one. Just drags it past the post.
Got 8 goals this season, Iniesta, but only 2 of them in the league. Has been truncated somewhat this season by injury. Here's Moreno. Espanyol are the only side in La Liga without an away win in 2012. It's 9 games in total away in the league without a 3-point haul. They've drawn 5, lost 4.
It is the second season, is it, that they've done it exactly the same manner. Started the season off really well, got to Christmas with high hopes of a European spot. Tailed away miserably.
Just looking at Pochettino there, Terry, he's lost a lot of weight, hasn't he, over the last few weeks? Maybe that stress and the fact he's admitted to feeling tired very much played a part by the look of him.
He claims he's lost 10 kilos due to the stress of the job. It might be a job that I might be applying for, if that's the case. Certainly something he's going to have to correct, though, because they've shown in the first half of the last 2 seasons that they are a good team. Similar to Barcelona, and so many good young players coming through. It's difficult to hold on to them all, of course. But they've shown they can do it. It's a mystery why they tail away so badly.
Well, one of their best young players, the central midfielder Javi Marquez, not figured for a while. He had an injury and he looks as though he's going to be away in the summer. Would be a really good capture for someone in his mid-20s, and really talented midfield player with an eye for goal at times. Here's Vedu. Adriano. I was happy to hear the whistle there. It's gone against a frustrated Alvaro Vasquez.
Still very much in the game, Espanyol.
Pochettino looks as if he's getting Christian Gomez ready to come on shortly, midfielder. Mascherano. Keita. The room to manoeuvre here for Adriano. Thiago. Messi. Adriano.
Certainly think Pochettino could be a little bit more adventurous. Just the 1 goal behind. Fall in the central defender playing in midfield tonight. Christian Gomez more attacking, a bit more dynamic in terms of midfield play.
Iniesta.
See there, even Alvaro Vasquez is back in at a right midfield position. They'll do a central, but he's a central midfield. It's a back 4 and a midfield 5. Not really getting players forward. There's been no threat, is there, down the flanks in terms of attacking play from Espanyol. Also, Coutinho limbering up. Certainly has attacking options on the bench. It's just whether Pochettino's prepared to throw them on. Pandiani, another player.
Good news for Malaga that Levante are trailing as Iniesta's shots deflects wide for a corner. As those results stand, Malaga are going to finish in the top 4 and in the Champions League place for the first time in their history. Here's Adriano! Got some whip on that, very little backlift.
He's played in the attacking half of the pitch all night. He's claiming a deflection now off a fall-in.
And here is the aforementioned Christian Gomez replacing Javi Lopez. There's no change really in terms of how Espanyol are set up. It's pretty much like for like there. I think Pochettino's trying to play with 3 up front with Weiss, Alvaro Vasquez and Verdu playing quite high up the pitch, but certainly not a recognised striker, Joan Verdu.
Looks like Forlin has gone from central midfield to the right back position to replace Javi Lopez. So half-hearted change really from the Espanyol manager in terms of changing the mentality of his team. They're effectively playing without centre forward, and they're trying to get players from midfield running from deep. This occasion it's Baena, other times it's Verdu, and Alvaro Vasquez playing right wing now.
Here is Verdu, Baena. Quickly closed down by Mascherano. This is Forlin. Baena claimed he was caught there by Montoya. Teixeira Vitiena is not interested in the claims of Baena. If there was a coming together, it may well have been accidental. No great edge to the Barcelona forward play in this second half.
I'm not sure if Pep is prepared to rattle a few cages this late stage in his Barcelona management. So far the game hasn't been much of a challenge for Barcelona. They're slightly complacent.
Adriano. Christian Alvarez, the goalkeeper, happy to see the cross deflect and spin over the bar now for a corner.
Certainly doesn't look intentional, does it?
I think there is a tangling of legs, but he's got his eyes on the ball there, Montoya. Baena knows he's been caught there, and I think the referee saw it as accidental, if he saw the collision at all. Ought to have done, he had a good position. Penalty! Won by Messi. Christian Gomez, the substitute. And Espanyol are very aggrieved at the awarding of a penalty here. Alvarez has certainly seen a yellow card. There were 2 shown there.
I don't think he's shown a yellow card yet to Christian Gomez, who the handball is adjudged to be against. The referee was really close. It's a brilliant first touch from Messi. First opinion, it was harsh. Look at the referee, Christian Gomez there. He's not looking to handball that, is he? Messi doesn't even appeal. But he'll be grateful for another opportunity.
Lionel Messi, chance to make it 70 goals for the season, a 48th in the league. which would surpass the Romanian Dudu Georgescu's post-war record for league goals in a season. I fancy he'll go on to set many more records, but one at his disposal here. No mistake, with the aid of a post. And I wonder how many years it will be before we witness 70 goals from a single player in all competitions in a season. And he may yet touch 50 in the league alone.
He's grateful for the gift from the referee. He was used to the arm to touch the ball, but it wasn't intentional. There was nothing Christian Gomez could do about it. Let's not take nothing away from Lionel Messi. It's a ludicrous total. 70 goals. It's schoolboy stuff. Every season he gets better and better. His goal tally gets higher and higher. And you can't imagine it can get any better than this, surely.
Well, he'll be okay when he reaches his peak, won't he? Won't be 25 until next month. That's 123 goals in 2 seasons.
He's 33 in his last 20.
Says Fabregas for Seydou Keita. Has been some talk that Keita will be one of the players departing in the summer.
I'd be very surprised at that. I think he's a really useful player to have in the squad. He's certainly not an age where Barcelona would be considering that. I think they get big money for him if they was to sell him anyway, and I think he's more used to the club. Still here, steering the youngsters in the right direction.
Well, Espanyol are effectively playing without a recognised striker now. Alvaro off, and Coutinho's an attacking midfield player. He's on to replace him. 2 recognised strikers still sit on the bench, Kalu Uche and Walter Pandiani.
We covered the game against Granada, didn't we? And he did exactly the same when they were a goal behind, played without a centre forward. And I hate to say it, but it's not going to work.
Offside against Weiss.
Wingers playing in the centre forward role. He's got midfield players. There's Baena and Weiss there. It's a winger and a centre midfield player. And he's got strikers on the bench. I don't know what they'd be thinking. He's got Uche, Pandiani, both recognised centre forwards.
Well, you have to say that slightly unfortunate, the awarding of the penalty for Espanyol. The only thing I would say is if Christian Gomez had been a little bit braver and been prepared to take one in the face and not to have turned his back, then they would have got away with that, Espanyol. The fact that he turned his back and his arm was out slightly, even having said that, it looked harsh. And Teixeira Vitienes, such was the player's close proximity to Messi. If you turn your back, I suppose you take a risk.
Claters into Busquets there as well, with a forearm. Having a great time of it since he appeared as a substitute.
There's confirmation there of the yellow card for the goalkeeper amongst the many dissenting voices for that Barcelona penalty. Here's Vladimir Weiss. Christian Gomez, who picked up that yellow card for the handball offence. Driven in by 4 limbs. A decent save from Pinto, who's had so little to do. Good work there from Weiss, earns Espanyol a corner.
Good save from the Barcelona goalkeeper. Shot can fall in, and power behind it. Tips it away, well away from danger area.
Joan Verdu will take the corner kick. Weiss back with Verdu. And finds himself in an offside position.
And take the short corner. Bayena's offside in the 6-yard box. You'll see the penalty incident. He turns his back on it. I agree with you totally, Kevin. If he'd stand strong, he might take one in the chest, might take one in the face. The fact you turn your back on it. You see off the inside of the post. Sends otherwise the wrong way. This is the first time that Messi has actually scored more goals than appearances, though. So there's a sign of the improvement. First season in the Pep, 38 goals in 51 appearances. 47 in 53 is the improvement. Then 53 in 55, and now it's 70. This is his 58th appearance. So there's room for improvement.
Barcelona challenge here. Allowed Baena to come a long way. It's offside against Coutinho. Just making a comment there to Baena that he wanted the pass a little quicker, but Barcelona just for once were slow to close down Raul Baena. And Toya has picked up a booking. And we have 20 minutes left of Pep Guardiola's reign at the Camp Nou. In terms of matches here, still one more league game to come. It's away at Real Betis, and then the Copa del Rey final on May 25th against Athletic Bilbao. And if Athletic turn up and bring their A game, that'll be a cracking final. It's live on Sky Sports. May 25th, make a date. Could be one of the games of the season, that. This is Thiago.
Messi caught in two minds then between the return pass with Thiago or the pass into Fabregas. It's been a wretched run of form for Espanyol. Doesn't look like that's going to change or improve tonight. Lucky there. Nice was entitled to take that free kick quickly. It's possibly a yard away from where the infringement was. So he gets brought down here. Puts his hand on it, takes the free kick quickly. Referee brings him back.
This is Coutinho. Coutinho, one of several players Espanyol have got on loan at the moment. He's come in from Inter Milan. Kofi Romarik from Sevilla, not made the squad tonight. Mentioned earlier Vladimir Weiss, whose parent company is still Manchester City. Didac is on loan from AC Milan, although he began his career coming up through the ranks at Espanyol. He's returned after an unsuccessful few months in Italian football. Looks as though there's going to be a fair few changes in personnel for Espanyol. Here's Pinto, well off his line. Stranded now, Weiss! Oh, great clearance. Brilliant work from Mascherano.
This is so unlucky here. Just thinks it past Pinto. Oh, you see the determination. The fact that Mascherano senses danger makes him able to play in that central defensive position. He does exactly that.
Corner in from Weiss. Adriano. Lovely pass for Messi. Oh, control, brilliant, out of his feet. Lionel Messi! What more can you say? Other than that is the 20th hat-trick of this sensational Barcelona career.
It's an absolute peach, isn't it? It's a wonderful pass, but it's all about the first touch. The first touch takes it into his path. Victor Sanchez chasing him back. Against most players, you would have a chance on his first touch, maybe making a sliding challenge. But with Messi, it's perfect. And then from that acute angle, there's not much to aim at. It has to be inch perfect. It has to have the power behind the effort to beat the keeper. All things we take for granted from Lionel Messi. We forget that is an absolutely brilliant goal, a brilliant finish. He just doesn't stop.
Another milestone for the great man. It's his 250th goal in the famous Barcelona shirt. In this, his 327th appearance. He now needs just one more goal to become the top scorer in one of Europe's major four leagues: England, Spain, Germany, Italy. Aston Villa's Tom Waring, back in season 30-31. This is how far we're going back now. Scored 49 goals in that season for Villa. Messi, one more to surpass it. And if, God willing, he stays fit, and if he remains at Barcelona, and he's on record as saying he wants to play at this club for the rest of his career, I mean, he's going to finish up with a ridiculous tally of goals, which would never be beaten.
It's 49 league goals, it's just incredible.
Oh, we're open-mouthed, shaking our heads. 71 for the season now. Fabregas. Away from Raul Rodriguez, nobody in the middle, has to check back. Adriano. Flag stays down. Thiago prevented a fourth by the intervention. Raul Rodriguez in the nick of time.
So Thiago's nearly the player there in the end of the knockdown from Fabregas. Defending from Raul Rodriguez, but they're really turning on the style now.
One of the bright young things. Going to get a few minutes. In place of Adriano, it'll be Christian Teo, 20-year-old. Few eye-catching cameo performances from this young man this season. Puyol timing really well for that. Oh, it's another penalty. And this time I don't think there's any doubt about it. There's a half-hearted complaints from Espanyol. That looked a sure penalty.
It was Carlos Puyol, wasn't it? It was the more determined player, the most determined player in the 18-yard box to get on the end of the corner. Fall in with the challenge on Busquets. Busquets gets the touch, and there's a trip. It's a penalty. I'm afraid Espanyol can't get the sympathy decision from the referee. The handball might have been harsh, but this one... Messi, I just wondered whether Messi might allow Mascherano to take it, hasn't scored. Only a couple of players that hasn't scored this year for Barcelona.
No chance. Once again, it's Messi. Once again, it's in the back of the net. The little man who has bestrode the Guardiola reign like a colossus, and a giant footprint that has now delivered this season alone an amazing 72 goals. Guardiola's last game at the Camp Nou, enduring images, ones you'll be watching for decades to come. The great Barcelona under the great Pep Guardiola, and the world's best player has delivered all 4 goals in Pep's finale in this wonderful stadium.
Supporters here to say thank you to Pep Guardiola. And Lionel Messi paid his own tribute to a player who has meant so much, to a manager who has meant so much to the career of Lionel Messi. Again, he sends Alvarez the wrong way. Goal 50 in the league, and that's a hell of a milestone. A significant milestone.
Well, just tell me that the hairs on the back of your neck didn't stand on end when you looked at that embrace. Great meeting, great. And both those men in Barcelona's record books forever.
We're going to need our own personal statistician, aren't we, to sit alongside us in the future regarding Lionel Messi matches.
A season in which Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have gone head-to-head for the Pichichi. Within a few seconds, both have been scoring from the penalty spot. Real Madrid are now level in their match at Granada. That game you can see to a conclusion via the red buttons, so should you so wish. Meantime, we've a little over 9 minutes of normal time left here. And Barcelona up to a mere 185 goals in all competitions for the season, keeping up their average in terms of home games in the league to 4. This is Teo. Malaga have let their lead slip at Atletico Madrid. That could be damaging. Levante, though, still losing at Mallorca. Rayo Vallecano not free of relegation trouble yet. Sporting doing themselves a power of good, as are Zaragoza. It's closing right up at the bottom end. Could be fascinating to see who goes down with Racing Santander next weekend, the final weekend. Xavi has joined us amidst all the pomp and ceremony. This is Teo. This is Coutinho. Scuttles away from Montoya, who's back to meet the Brazilian again. Still Coutinho. Driven in by Baena. Well, it's been far from a happy hunting ground, this, for Malaga. I remember commentating on a rare win. They're only won in the last 30 years at the Camp Nou. It was 3 seasons ago when the former Barcelona player Ivan de la Peña scored twice in a 2-1 win. Other than that, they've made the short journey back home with their bottom spanked, and yet again having to come up second best in the derby. In by Weiss. Should be Pinto's. Barcelona up to 112 goals in the league this season. Real Madrid are ahead of them on 116. It's a new club record for both of the top two. You'll understand from that there's also, of course, a new La Liga record for Real Madrid. Barcelona might yet top that, though. Who knows, with that one game still to come at Betis. Yellow card, meantime, for Teo.
Most all these goals Barcelona scored, and again tonight, the defensive record. Second to none, literally, isn't it, in the La Liga? Defending again tonight with real determination. We saw Mascherano clear one off the line. And Puyol been determined as ever to try and keep a clean sheet with Pinto.
None of us can be sure, Terry, at this stage, whether Guardiola is going to take a break for the game, or who knows what offer or offers might come his way over the next few weeks. What's your gut instinct?
I think he's genuinely going to take a break. I think that's the reason he has left the club. Leaving the club. I don't think for 1 minute he's leaving with one eye on a job. He's got the pick of any job in world football that he would like, because of the nature, not only of success, it's the nature of how his team have played, the style, it's the legacy that he's leaving. That's the mark of a top manager. He's changed the way a lot of people think and look about football now. So I think he's going to take his pick. He's a wealthy man in his own right. He's not going to be, certainly not going to be in a rush to take the first opportunity that comes his way. He's got 3 young children, and he's approached this job from day one with such fierce intensity. And you can see it takes its toll. But who knows where he's going to end up? There's going to be a lucky football club somewhere. It's going to be interesting, though, to see how long it is before he misses it. Whether he can do the year, whether a few months into the season. He's enjoyed his summer break, he's enjoyed a month or 2 off at the start of next season.
Well, you'd use that word, intensity, and he loves that about the English game. Would be no great surprise, speaks very good English, of course, Pep, if he ended up in the Premier League. Nice touch from Weiss. Victor Sanchez. It's well kept in by Coutinho. One thing is certain, that Guardiola will be seen at several Premier League grounds next season, even though, as we think, he won't be coaching next season. He'll certainly be visiting grounds and meeting the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, whom, amongst several managers overseeing jobs in the Premier League at the moment, Guardiola has a close relationship with. They all respect him greatly, of course, for the way that Pep Guardiola has, in many respects, redefined the game of football in his 4-year tenure here. Oh, and he's on his way here, Messi. Could this be goal number 5? Oh, he's missed it. Blink in disbelief, he's missed it.
It's a brilliant pass from Busquets. He checks to see that he's in an onside position. Terrible defending. He's taken a real whack out from the goalkeeper. It's the finish we've grown accustomed, isn't it, to seeing Messi try to do a little dink over the oncoming goalkeeper. There's an old school challenge there from Carlos Puyol. And Baena, and that was meant. Don't know if there's any previous between those two players, but it was a cynical foul there from Carlos Puyol, prepared to pick up a yellow card.
Gomez. Baena. Free kick. It's been awarded here to Espanyol as we head towards stoppage time.
It's the other centre-half this time, taking it out on Baena. Again, this is a nasty challenge from Mascherano. A chance for Espanyol to maybe finish off the scoring. Two talented young footballers. Can they come up with something to test Pinto in the Barcelona goal?
It's Vladimir Weiss. Seemingly there won't be any consolation goal for Espanyol. Pinto with a rare start ahead of Victor Valdez, principally because Pinto is being given some minutes here because he was always going to be the goalkeeper in the Copa del Rey, as he has been in recent seasons, so he'll play in the final ahead of Victor Valdez. Fitness permitting, of course.
It's been a rather fitting performance, hasn't it, from Barcelona for Guardiola's last game in charge here in this stadium. Fitting that Messi gets another 4 goals as well. Historic total of 50 league goals, quite incredible.
Coutinho. Deflected away for a corner. Heading into the final 90 seconds, little less than that now. Pochettino's side well and truly beaten here.
It will be emotional. Pep Guardiola will be concentrating purely on the next league game, the last league game, away at Betis, and then of course the cup final against Athletic Bilbao. Chance to say his goodbyes tonight to the faithful here in this stadium. There's still work to do this season for him to get his 14th trophy.
Final act then being played out in the final home game under Pep Guardiola. The perfect script. Messi reaching the milestone of 50 league goals in a single season. The man who has scored so freely under the watch of Pep Guardiola. 210 goals for Messi in 217 games under Pep.